We're very happy to have today Mrs. Emma Dodds from Byron College, Athens, with us. Mrs. Dodds has been living and teaching in Greece for over 30 years. She was for many years head of English in a Greek primary school and a secondary school. In this role, she taught English language, coached the debating teams, and directed school delegations which participated in outside conferences. After school, she was also involved as a board member of the Panhellenic for Civics Association and coached debating and public speaking. Since 2016, Mrs. Dodds has been Director of Admissions and member of the senior management team at Byron College. Byron College is a private English language primary and secondary school founded in 1986. In addition to her administration functions, she also teaches philosophy for young children and debate. In recent years, she's also organized conferences on early years education, competition for young debaters, and also the Oxford Global Summit for young leaders in Athens. So welcome, Emma, if I may call you that. Thank you, and thank you for
please
joining
do.
us.
Thank you, Parse, for that wonderful introduction.
Thank you for joining us today. Now, I'd like to start off with our next slide and ask you two questions, if I may. One is for you to give us an overview of the Greek education system, and also tell us about the options available for non-Greek speaking parents and families, and also tell us a few words about life in Greece as you have lived there for so long. It would be nice to hear from an expat who has lived there. What is your experience of family life and social life in Greece? Over to you.
Yes, thank you for that question. Now, in Athens, there are 4 British international schools and 2 American schools. There are the Greek state schools we wouldn't recommend for international students. They're very much a one-size-fits-all. And a little known fact is that the Greek state universities are open to international students, but if the international student has been in Greek education at any point, then it negates their application as international students. So we have Byron College is one of only 2 international schools that follow the A-level program, which is the traditional route to university for British students. Living in Greece has been wonderful. I came for a year. I've been here for more than 30. My children grew up here, a very safe environment, very family orientated, a very hospitable country, wonderful climate, outdoor life, eating outside, probably 9 months of the year, mountains, the sea, winter sports, summer sports, an amazingly rich cultural life, nothing better than going to an ancient theatre and watching a performance, the cinema outside, wonderful archaeological sites, in a country steeped with history. It's a way of life that I would highly recommend.
Thank you very much. So we will move on to the next slide, and I'd like to ask you to talk more specifically about Byron College. Byron College, as we said, is an English language school with British curriculum. Give us an idea of the profile of the student population you have, the staff in the school, the ratios of pupil to staff, and the curriculum that you offer.
Yes, of course. Byron College is a member of the Council of British International Schools. We are also registered with the British Department of Education, so that all qualifications that students get at Byron are internationally recognised. We are actually a school that caters for 3 to 18-year-olds. We have on average around 500 students. It's slightly larger than that at the moment, from more than 52 different countries in the world. Only 28% of the students are actually Greek, and that is unusual. We are the most international school. All the classes are in English, but Greek is taught from the age of 5 years old up until 16, because we do live in Greece, and it's very important that the students do not feel isolated from the community that they live in. We have Spanish is introduced in year 5, and we also offer Arabic right up to A level for students who are native speakers or they have begun their education in an Arab state. We follow enriched British national curriculum. We're the only school, as far as I know, in Athens that offers philosophy for children, which we start at the age of 7 to develop their critical thinking skills. Everything is not black and white, and we feel it's very, very effective in getting the foundations for not accepting everything as written. Drama music is also added. We have English as an additional language for non-native speakers. Those classes can be very small, maybe 3, 4, or 5 students who are taken out of their classes for reinforced English. We differentiate within the classroom because we are so used to having students coming from different educational systems, different levels of English. That's key to our success, actually. Our teaching body are mainly from the UK. Our head is from the UK. Our deputy head is an Oxford graduate. We have other Oxford and Cambridge graduates on staff. If a teacher has a Greek surname, the chances are that they will have qualified and they would have spent a long time working in a British school in the UK. Most of our teaching staff are multilingual, but I reinforce that all communication with parents and within the school is in English. I think our outstanding ethos sets us apart. Our students are amazingly polite, very respectful. We put a lot of emphasis on this. It doesn't happen by chance, because children are children and teenagers will be teenagers, but we do have a zero tolerance policy to bullying or discrimination of any kind. We don't have religion in the curriculum. We have children from all different faiths. They are allowed to, they express their opinions. We look at religion from a cultural and historical context, not from a point of view of faith. And our students, it's very important to us that they're caring, that they have a global perspective, and they become independent and responsible learners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if we can go to our next slide. As parents, we all know that education is not only what is taught in the classroom. It's very important for children to develop social skills and life skills. So can you tell us a little bit about pastoral care that you offer and the support that you offer children, and also extracurricular activities to develop the other side of personalities?
Yes, of course. Byron is a very happy school, and we believe that happy children make good learners. If they love coming to school, they're open-minded and they will learn. So our pastoral care is very good. No child can slip under the monitor. We're aware of changes in behavior or unacceptable behavior, and we're onto it before it even becomes an issue. The children develop leadership skills from an early age. We have student council right from year 1, where the students have a voice. We listen to them. They develop good self-esteem from their presentations of in class, from assemblies, and of course, As they get older, they participate in Model United Nations conferences. The most notable, obviously, is the one we go to in Oxford every year, at Oxford University. We probably do 6 or 7 conferences a year. Debate skills are introduced from year 6 within the curriculum. And we believe, that learning the powers of negotiation and diplomacy are life skills that become second nature, like learning another language. We have team building exercises. The students go, kayaking in the winter. They follow the Duke of Edinburgh program where they're orienteering and working as teams, as well as the Erasmus projects where we work with other schools within Europe. Again, not only building up a team within their own school, but then working with teams with students from other European cities and other schools. We have educational trips always very linked to the curriculum. A geography trip went to Iceland. The physics group have gone to NASA in Florida and CERN. A history group went to Krakow for the Second World War research. You asked also about class sizes. Our class sizes are small. For the A levels, it's like university tutorials. We have small A level classes. We offer 15 subjects, and we only have around 30 students following our A level courses. So, depending on the year group and the interest, there may be 4 in chemistry, but there may be 10 in history. But like university seminar level, going down a bit to IGCSE level, again, the students have a choice of subjects. English, maths, and Greek continue to be compulsory, but English is divided into first language and second language, and then they have choices of their subjects. So again, there may be the maximum number of students in a class would be 24, but there may be 10, there may be 12. In the primary school and other key stages, again, 24 is the maximum, but we would have teaching assistants to help out with core subjects and English as an additional language assistants too.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we move on? I will ask you to summarize the next slide, please, because we're running out of time.
Okay. Well, I think I've just been through this slide, so we can actually. All that remains to be said is for me to talk about the alumni and our success with the results.
Exactly.
At least one student a year gets to Oxford or Cambridge, which is again very high for such a small university, for a small school. Russell Group universities, 100% of our students go on to universities, mostly in the UK, sometimes the States, sometimes Canada, but we're still looking mainly at the UK. And our alumni, we have, postdoctoral research fellows, we have CEOs, we have architects, engineers, a very, very successful alumni who we're very pleased to say, many of whom are now sending their children to us at Byron College.
Okay.
So,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a very good introduction to Byron College. I'm sure if there are parents interested, they can contact you directly by email for more information.